So welcome to another edition of Open for Business. And this week we have Elena Ford and Frank Trimboli with Razberi giving us an update on their project here in Savannah, Georgia. Elena, give everybody an update of what you have done to help the small business community. You heroically jumped in last week and donated free cameras.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, Marjorie. It's been a very long week. I've spent the entire week like a day behind. I keep thinking that it's Friday and it's only Tuesday, but it's been a really great week. So we launched our SafeCity initiative. We started with 6 cameras, and the community was so receptive to that and excited about it. And things are just getting a little crazy right now. More business categories are being forced to shut down. More business owners are making some really tough decisions. So we thought, well, we're here. Let's just go all in. Let's put all our chips on the table. And so now we actually have 16 cameras to put up around the city. And we started those installs, and we'll be continuing those into next week and the week following. And we're hoping to reach as many businesses as possible. And Frank is a key part of that.
So Frank, tell us about your partnership with SCDataCom and SafeCity. I mean, how did you all work together to make this donation happen?
So Razberi makes, call it intelligent security appliances to help protect cities and businesses from cyber attacks, to make sure the systems are working properly, and all the good things you need to do to protect your business and city. So we go to market through partners like SCDataCom, who has the knowledge, the experience, the local presence to do the installations, the maintenance, and pull it all together. They're really like the glue. So I met them, I don't know, about a year and a half ago at an industry trade show, and we just really hit it off. And from there, we've been aligning our strategic relationship to better the community, better the businesses, and to provide cost-effective solutions, really.
I don't think small business owners realize how important it is for their security systems. I know a lot of them might go out and buy something retail over the counter at one of the local retail stores, but why is that really not a good idea? I'm going to pose that question to either of you.
Well, I could give you a very long list, but the answer, there's a variety of answers, but what you really want is a solution that will meet all of your requirements and give you the best bang for your buck. And with security cameras, unfortunately, especially as it applies to a commercial solution, there's a lot of low-cost options that work for residential applications, and that's just not what we're talking about here. So as it applies to commercial solutions, securing your business, if you don't want to spend a certain amount of money, you're best served with an alarm. Because a security camera is a very powerful tool. It is one of the best tools actually to keep your business safe, to deter crime, and then to prosecute it. But you have to meet certain requirements. And if you don't meet those, you're better off putting that money into a different facet of your business. So SafeCity makes a high quality camera attainable to business owners currently at no cost, but the long-term plan is at a very low cost. And Frank provides a level of cybersecurity that I don't think businesses are even really aware of, but it is critical in today's Internet of Things to have that covered.
So one of the things that I noticed with one of the first cameras that you put up in this SafeCity launch was on Famitsu, and the clarity was unbelievable, and it covered like 5, 6, 7 storefronts, and you could see faces. I mean,
right.
I guess that's why that's so important to have that level of
yeah, you want to be able to move beyond detection and move into identification. You don't want to just be able to see that a person is there. You want to be able to see who it is so that you can prosecute them in the event that there's a crime. But the idea behind SafeCity is using technology as a force multiplier to invest in high enough value equipment that you can serve multiple businesses with one device. And Razberi has really done that same thing with their technology. And that's one of the reasons we were interested in them. I'll let Frank take it from here, but essentially what he's done is taken 4 devices that we would normally have to put at a client location and compressed them into one security appliance, which is saving the customer money and is really optimizing the security platform.
So Frank, your company Razberi it sounds like it's all over the country, and you're in charge of what, the East Coast, is that correct? So
I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the East Coast. But just to piggyback to what Elena was saying, I read an article at the end of last year, and it was from CBS, and they did a study on ransomware attacks in small cities, towns, municipalities, businesses. And what they found is that these bad guys in bad countries aren't going after these big corporations like IBM and Google and Facebook. Those corporations have huge IT departments, an army of people, and they have unlimited budget where they can buy the latest technology every 12 months. So they're going after the low-hanging fruit, the smaller businesses and communities, because they don't have the IT staff and they don't have the budget to keep up with changing technology. So they need technology that is cost-effective, that can be automated and protect them. And that's what Razberi does.
So tell us some of the other features that Razberi does that can also help the small business owner.
So to keep it simple, I like to paint a picture, right? Everybody probably has a security camera on the, call it an outside of a building, on a corner or in a shipping and loading, receiving, front entrance, et cetera. Well, anybody can go to that camera with a ladder at nighttime, at midnight, unplug the cable from the camera, plug in the laptop. Now they're on that network and they can do bad things. Even easier is if they have IP phone systems in their business. And if I'm a cleaning company and I come in, every IP phone has a data jack. And if I plug into that data jack, I'm now on the network and I can do bad things. So you need technology to prevent that.
Realize this.
Huh?
I don't think small business owners realize how vulnerable they are. So it sounds like Razberi, and it sounds like you have a lot of solutions to help the small business owner and large business owner, right?
So there's a couple of different solutions. If somebody already has bought a solution, we can install a product that protects 90% of their investment, right? So keep the cameras they bought, keep the storage, keep the recording. All you need to do is unplug the cameras, whatever network switch they originally installed, put in the Razberi Endpoint Defender, and now we protected their existing camera network.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this is crucial information that the small business owners watching really need to understand. So,
and I think if I can just jump onto this, because you said security cameras, Frank, and my little tractor beams start going off. So I just want to circle back to the unplugging the cable from the security camera and explain that's not possible with SafeCity because of the type of cameras that we're using. They are hardened devices. They're vandal resistant. There is no exposed cable for someone to take off and pop on. And even if they were to climb up into the ceiling and untangle it and get it, they'd of course have to get into the building first. Razberi has port protection. So what that means is they have a box like this that the blue cables go in that make your computer and your IoT devices work. If someone were to unplug that cable and plug it back into the same port, it would be totally fine. But if they were to unplug, say, your camera cable from that port and try to plug in their internet cable to steal that information, it wouldn't work because Razberi has next level protection.
Totally agree. And Marjorie, you started out, the question is if these small businesses buy these solutions from retail stores and not SafeCities, that's where they're vulnerable.
Right.
So the whole combination of what we do and then what scDataCom does is really protect those businesses and communities at a very affordable price, really.
And that's why Razberi is so particular about who they bring onto their partner program as well, because their reputation is tied in with us. If we do a bad job and install cheap equipment, or do a bad job with our cable install, then it creates a vulnerability that Razberi is associated with because their equipment is on site. So why this is such a great partnership and why we wanted to work together is because we both believe in quality and reputation, and we think that we have a really strong product with our cameras and with our network, and we think Razberi is amazing, and what they are is a force multiplier to us. You know, trust but verify. You always have to have a fail safe, and Razberi is just that second step of protection to make sure that everything goes smoothly and nothing is vulnerable.
So this is a really strong partnership, and the two of you have jumped in last week in Savannah and have installed a number of cameras. Can you give us an update of where that is now? How many have you installed, and have you decided where the other ones are going to go? I think you have a total of 16 that you're doing.
We have a total of 16. We have 2 installed currently, and we're working on getting the network side of things up so that they can access the remote viewing. We wanted to respond quickly and put cameras up, but as we mentioned in my last interview, another part of this program is deterrence of crime. Of course, we want the cameras and the security appliances to be of a high enough quality that we can catch criminals in action. But in an ideal world, people would just see these cameras and play by the rules, and we wouldn't need any of that protection, or we wouldn't need any of that criminal action because you have the protection. So we've been working behind the scenes, which is why my week has been so long, to get some new SafeCity flyers and posters and stickers made up so that we can have them on the businesses so that people will know this is a SafeCity corridor. And we're going to be rolling that out next week to all of our participating businesses. And we have 4 new locations identified.
Can you reveal that yet? Or and are you still asking the public for input of
Yes,
the cameras?
definitely. Yeah, we definitely are asking the public for volunteers. Again, the best thing that we can do for this program is to have people be a SafeCity advocate. This program is rooted in community, and we need people to my dog's here and he just sneezed, sorry. We need people to step up and allow us to put cameras on the exterior of their buildings to help guard not only them, but their neighbors. And that would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
So if there is a small business owner watching this and they feel like their place could be an option for you to put these cameras on there, what are the requirements? Is it just 1 per 1, or do you want to be able to cover a number of businesses?
So the goal is to provide as much coverage as possible. In a perfect world, we would be able to get a business that was located close by to other businesses so that that camera could cover multiple businesses at one time. However, we now have enough cameras. I think that we're willing to just deploy them where they're needed. And of course, you know, it is temporary. It's through the duration of this shutdown. So if anyone's worried about a contract or anything, they don't need to be. It's all 100% free. So the best way to get in touch with us is to go online to www.SafeCitySAV.com, or to follow us on Instagram, which is SafeCity Savannah. We're taking submissions via social media using the hashtag SafeCitySavannah. People can take a picture of a business that they think would make a great SafeCity advocate, or an area that they think is potentially vulnerable, and use that hashtag. We'll be able to find it and get in touch with those business owners.
Well, my hat's off to both of you. I mean, what you're doing is really a beautiful service to the small business owners. I mean, they are really hurting right now, as is the whole world. But this is a lovely gesture. So thank you.
Yeah, we're really happy to do it, and we're so grateful to Frank and to the Razberi team for not only being a great partner for us in the years prior to this project, but for lending us their expertise as we built out this plan and made it a reality.
It's wonderful. Frank, do you have any last comments or remarks that you would like to say?
No, the only last thing I would say is, you know, it's not just in Savannah, it's throughout the whole country. Okay, everybody's doing this. Everybody's taking the next step to protect their communities, their businesses, their cities. You know, I'm working with the city of Cleveland, the city of Detroit, the city of Long Beach, city of Boca.
Wow.
So this is happening throughout the whole country, and what scDataCom is doing is just phenomenal. How fast, number one, and the amount of detail and effort and labor they're putting into it, it couldn't be a better time.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that, Frank, and we appreciate the support from your team. And Marjorie, thank you so much for helping us get the word out. And let's continue to do so, because we've got more to give.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both for being on Open for Business, and thank you everybody for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.